The image of the Corvette would be like a rocket ship, and people loved it, and they did get a lot of attention. The astronaut car is a 427 cubic inch engine. It has a 4-speed transmission, positive traction rear end, air conditioning, no power steering, no power brakes. It's a workout to drive it. I'm Danny Reed. Back in the late 60s, Ed Cole was president of General Motors, and one of his friends, Jim Rathman, had won the Indianapolis 500 in 1960. They gave Jim Rathman a Chevrolet dealership in Florida, and they called it the dealership to the stars because a lot of astronauts bought cars from him. And so Ed Cole and Jim Rathman decided they'd start a courtesy lease program and give cars to the astronauts, and they could get any car they wanted that was made by General Motors. The majority of the astronauts picked Chevelles and station wagons because they had families and they were only making about $20,000 a year. And there were a few astronauts, 7 or 8, that chose Corvettes. Just so happened the Apollo 12 crew wanted matching Corvettes. They wanted to special order them. They're gold and black, and they were the only special ordered Corvettes. The black on the gold car is supposed to look like something in flight, whether it's a bird or a plane. And they wanted matching Corvettes, and the paint was specially designed. They designed an emblem on the side with LMP for Alan Bean. He was lunar module pilot, so he had his title, which was lunar module pilot, the LMP over the blue. And then on the space program, his food, his clothes were tagged in little blue tags, and that was his color on Apollo 12. Now the commander had CDR over the red, and then the command module pilot had CMP over the white, and that was the only difference in the 3 cars. Alan Bean's Corvette is the only Corvette in the world to receive the Duntov Award of Excellence and the American Heritage Award. The main reason I bought the astronaut's car, I had seen it in Life magazine. There was a picture of it in December issue of 1969 Life magazine. I recognized the car, and it was a symbol of the space program and what made the world right. I bought the car in 1971. It had 28,000 miles on it, and it was in good condition. And being that I am somewhat mechanically minded, the first thing I did, I wanted to make sure it lasted. So I did pull the engine to check it out to make sure there wasn't anything wrong with it. And I did balance and blueprint it. Now, it is a totally stock engine other than being balanced and blueprinted. And by doing that, the engine will last longer. And I wanted to make sure that it was around for history. It's sad now that people aren't engaged in the space program, that people don't care, that they put their personal values ahead of the values of the country, the values of learning, the values of exploring. It's such an exciting thing to learn new things. And when you think about the technology that has come from the space program, it's just unbelievable. And every morning when I get up, when I'm on the way to work, I walk by the car and I smile. And I get chill bumps on my arm. And I'm very emotional about the car. To my knowledge, Alan Bean's Corvette is the only remaining astronaut Corvette of the Apollo 12 program. We've tried to research it. The other 2 have not been registered in any of the 50 states in the last 40 years. The National Corvette Museum looked for them for over 18 months. I've hired special investigators, law enforcement have worked with me, insurance companies, and it appears that the cars were destroyed about, probably in the mid-70s. And it's very sad. I would like to find the other 2 and restore them.